All right. Hi, friends. Thanks for joining in, Andrina and I today. I wonder how your writing's been going. How's your writing been going?
Good.
It's been good? Good. Well, today's day 14, and we're going to learn about how do we focus on the most important part of our story. Sometimes people call that zooming in, okay? Because writers are like photographers.
Yeah.
Photographers have a camera. And they can zoom in.
We have eyes.
We have eyes, right? You're right. And they can see one thing. And they can zoom in or they can zoom out. So get your little camera. Pretend you have one of those really cool cameras, okay? All right, so if you can zoom in, whoop, you can see one thing. Or you can zoom out and you can see the whole big scene. And as writers, we're just like photographers. We're going to zoom in on the most important thing. And we're going to see it really, really closely. Okay? Listen to my story closely. Drina, I want you to tell me. Andrina, are you ready? Can you look here? I want you to tell me, do I zoom in or is it zoomed out? Okay, you at home, listen in to my story. It's going to be about my grandma. Do I zoom in on the most important thing or is it kind of zoomed out?
It's the most important thing.
So, I used to visit my grandma at her house. We would play Yahtzee and cards. We would talk. Yeah, it's kind of a dice game. So I'd visit my grandma at her house. We would play Yahtzee and cards. We would talk and we'd share ice cream. Sometimes I looked at her rings. We often would go outside and look around, and then I'd go home. Do you think I zoomed in on the most important part of my grandma?
Yeah.
I did? What was the most important part that I did?
How much fun you had.
But did I talk about that? What was the one thing I talked about?
Going to grandma's.
But did I zoom in?
You didn't do a feeling.
But did I zoom in on one thing that was really important about my grandma, or did I just list all the things I did all day with her? I listed everything I did with her that day. I went to her house, we played cards and Yahtzee.
Choose one.
I looked at her rings, we went outside, and then I went home. So what should I do?
You should choose one. Ice cream, rings.
Okay, get your camera and zoom in and let me think about the most important part. Guess what? I already know it. The most important part of my day with my grandma was when she would give me her fancy ring to put on. I love that part of my day with her. Okay? So listen to this story.
Did she let you keep one?
Yeah. So listen to this story now. Notice how zoomed in I am. Are you ready? At bedtime, my grandma put cream on my hands. She wore a beautiful red ring that was sparkly. Then my grandma took off the ring and placed it on my thumb. I loved being with my grandma. Now, think about that. Did I zoom in like a photographer?
She placed it on your thumb.
Yeah. Did I zoom in on the best part about my grandma? That part about the ring, okay? So now I want you to think about it at home. Think about the story you're working on, or maybe the story you want to do a new one today. Did you zoom in on the best, the most important part about that story? Or did you kind of zoom out like I did where I listed all my things I did with my grandma? So, turn and tell someone at home, or even talk to us, what the most important part of your story is. Do you know what's the most important part of your story here? What do you think the most important part is?
You remind me, Eliana, and you cleaned it up. Probably just you.
So instead of writing all about Eliana,
like everything, like, hey, I got some. My seats fell. My sister went sad, and she tripped over it. And the outside place was beautiful outside. I can't do that. I have to pick one.
Oh, you got to zoom in on the best part. So let's think. What do you think was the most important part of that story?
Me and you cleaning it up.
When we cleaned it up. She's talking about a time where we've been planting some things and her sister tripped over her plant and it spoiled and the things went everywhere.
Should I show them my plant?
You can show them your plant. So now at home, writers, and when you think about your story, did you zoom in on the best part or did you list things?
It's right here. You see it?
There it is. But we fixed it, and now it got better, didn't it? That's good, Gina. Very good. Okay, so when you write today and every day, think about being a photographer. Get your camera out, Gina, and zoom in on the most important part. And that's going to be probably one of your best stories you can make. Can you say bye to your friends?
Bye.
Bye, friends. Good luck zooming in on the most important part today. We can't wait to hear your stories.
Have a nice day.